Hola Spain lovers, hola Spanish food lovers, Stuart here with another restaurant review video. I'm going to go down into the town that I have behind me here, Mota del Cuervo in the province of Cuenca here in central Spain, and I'm going to go and try the best restaurant in this town, a restaurant that has 4.5 stars on Google reviews. So without further ado, let's go down, find the restaurant and get stuck into the meal. Vamos! Okay, so now in the restaurant, El Fogón de Enrique. Fogón, the cooking appliance, Los Fogones, like the stoves if you like, and the name of the owner, I imagine, Enrique. Looking around the restaurant, quite a big place, I will say, a bit of a rustic vibe going on. We're in the heart of La Mancha in the province of Cuenca. There's also some emblematic paintings on the wall of the windmills, which are characteristic of this area, which we saw in the opening scene of the video. Menú del día, some interesting choices, I will say. I've gone for a second course today that I haven't tried before. I'm being a little bit adventurous, so I'll wait to see when that comes out. The first course has arrived. Guiso para mí.
Para usted.
Muchas gracias. ¿Eso que era? Guiso de cordero, algo
Eso
así,
lleva
¿no?
patatas, cordero.
Here we go, the first course has arrived, a typical guiso, a typical slow-cooked meal if you like. The presentation looks good. It's a lamb-based dish with also some vegetables in here as well, some artichokes, and I'm going to say I'm looking forward to tucking into this dish today. Let's have a close-up look at everything that we've got in this dish. Very appetizing, I will say it looks. We've got the nice artichoke here, we've got the lamb which has been slow cooked, there's some potato in here as well, and of course this fantastic broth. Look at the quality of that broth. Wow, can't wait to get stuck into it. And let's see if it tastes as good as it looks. Let's first try the broth. Wow, it's very hot, but it's very, very tasty. You can taste all of the different flavors coming through. The vegetables, you can taste the lamb coming through as well. Lamb in this part of Spain is typical, slow cooked lamb, not the young lamb that you get in the north of Spain. The lambs here are a little bit older, hence the size of the lamb, but I'm going to say this is one of the tastiest slow cooked meals that I've had for a long, long time, and believe me, I've had a few in recent times, but this one, wow, right up there. The broth is unbelievably flavoursome, and it's an absolute treat to eat on a cold winter's day. But it's not a cold winter's day. It's around 15 or 16 degrees Celsius, but I couldn't resist. Washing it down today with water, driving today, so I can't try the local wine, but I would have liked to, but unfortunately. Now let's try some of the lamb with a bit of the artichoke. Let's see how tender the artichoke is. Cooked to absolute perfection. Try some of the potato. It's a little bit hot. Again, melts in your mouth. Absolutely melts in your mouth. And the lamb is incredibly tender because it's been slow cooked for hours. Now digging deeper into this dish, I found some green beans. There's also some carrot in here as well, tomato and red pepper. So absolute treat to find all of these different ingredients in here. And as I said, they've all been cooked to perfection, stewing away, and an absolute pleasure to eat. Let's try the bread, see what the quality is like. Normally, bread in these parts of the country is very high standard. Let's dip it in and see. Absolutely. Now about halfway through this dish of lamb, this slow cooked lamb dish that I have here, and it's starting to fill me up pretty quickly, I will say, but I reckon I can finish it off. The final piece of lamb looks quite bony, so I'll just pick it up with my fingers and get the meat off it if I can. A little bit messy, but who cares? Now for the best part, to finish off this lovely broth or soup that I have down the bottom. Wow. That was an absolute treat. On to the second course. Now, as I said before, this particular restaurant, El Fogón de Enrique, some of the highest ratings in this particular town, 4.5. Let's see what some of the reviews are saying, some of the most recent reviews. Let's have a look. So, food 5, service 5, atmosphere 5. That was from Mari Carmen. Another one here from Manuel, also 5 stars. Good place to eat. The owner, very nice. They recommended an exquisite pate and super tender and juicy steak. Another one here from Domingo, 4 stars. So, food 4, service 4, atmosphere 4. So, around that 4.5 star mark for this place. And so far, I'm going to give it a high score, I'll tell you that right now. Now for the second course, I've gone a little bit rogue, something that I wouldn't normally eat, but when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do, of course, and pig's trotters, as we used to call them back in Australia, manitas de cerdo. So not sure exactly what I'm going to get, not sure exactly what it's going to be like, but a local specialty apparently, so I reckon it's going to be tasty. Let's wait. Muchas gracias. Okay, here we have the specialty manitas de cerdo, or pig's trotters, as I would call them. Don't know if that is the official word or not for this dish. Another slow cooked meal, recommended by the staff here, apparently one of the most popular dishes, so looking forward to tucking in. Let's have a look at exactly what we've got. So we've got the ubiquitous fried potato, the chip or fry if you like on top, and underneath we have the slow cooked pig's trotters, manitas de cerdo, with this lovely looking sauce, which looks quite tasty. And what I will say is that there seems to be a fair bit of fat on these pig's trotters. So let's dig in. So where do I begin here? The first time I think I have eaten this in my life. So I'm being adventurous. Get the chips out of the way. Let's cut into this, find some meat if we can. Let me try and separate the meat if there is much of it. Doesn't seem to be a lot of it. And let's see if it is tasty or not. Let's see. Interesting, I will say. Very gelatinous. There's not much meat. A little bit fatty, but very, very tasty, I will say. A lot of flavour coming off the pig's feet, or the pig's trotter, if you like. I understand that if you're a vegetarian, you probably turned off when you saw this meal come out, but it is one thing that I would recommend, that when you come to Spain and you come to parts of the country like this, deep Spain, as I like to call it, in the province of Cuenca, you should try the local cuisine. You might be disappointed, or you might be surprised, pleasantly surprised, as I am now. Now I'll try to separate the edible bits from the bone if I can. I think there's also some chorizo that's been cooked in this sauce as well. Let's try that. Let's get in there with some of this bread. Let's mop up some of the sauce, some of the juice. Look at that. And basically, that's what we're dealing with here. That is the pig's foot, or the pig's trotter, as you can see there. The sauce that it's been cooked in is a mix of vegetables, I would say, onion, celery. We've also got some chorizo in here, as I said before, ham as well. There's bits of ham in here as well. And it's a tasty sauce, well seasoned. Can't complain about that. Would I have preferred something different to the fries that we've got here? Perhaps. Maybe some vegetables would have been better with this dish. Maybe potatoes cooked another way. Maybe some mashed potato would have been better. But it is a menú del día, and for the price, we can't complain. Go back in with a bit more bread to mop up some of this sauce, because this is a highlight. bring on dessert. Now this is the typical restaurant where there's no menu to look at, especially when it comes to the menú del día. The owner of the restaurant comes over, tells you exactly what they've got on any given day. There were 4 things to choose from for the first course, 4 things to choose from for the second course, and a list of desserts as well that the waiter went through. So an interesting experience, but as I said, typical in this part of the country. Now dessert has arrived, and apparently this is another local specialty, pan de calatrava, which is basically a bread pudding, I think would be the best translation. A little bit of caramel topping on top. Let's see the consistency. It's a flan type consistency, but it looks tasty. All right, let's dig in, see exactly what this is made of. I think I've had it before, can't remember. Looks familiar. That is a good dessert. There's a type of liqueur taste running through it. I can't put my finger on the exact liqueur that they have used. Eggs, of course, sugar. It's not too sweet. I think it's just about right for me. And the consistency, because of the bread that's in it as well, I think there's like a bread base, but it's a very, very nice dessert. And you can see the consistency that we've got going on here, quite firm, but a very, very good dessert, in my opinion, of course. But is it the highlight of the meal today? Don't know. Time will tell. All right, the bill has arrived. The bill has been paid. 14 euros is the total today, if you can see that there. And I'm going to say a decent price for a decent meal. Again, is it the cheapest menu that I have had? No. Is it the most expensive? No. A reasonable price, I think, for what I have eaten today. Let's break it down. The first course was the guiso, that slow-cooked lamb dish with the artichokes, with the other vegetables in there as well, the potatoes. That was very, very good. I enjoy that type of meal. I'm going to give it a solid 4.5 out of 5 because, as I said, I really enjoyed it. The second course, the pig's trotters, the manitas de cerdo, the first time that I have eaten that here in Spain, in fact anywhere in the world, the first time that I've eaten that. I'm going to give that a 4 because it was an interesting dish. It wasn't bad, it wasn't the best dish that I've ever had, and probably if I had my time again I would order something different, but because I'm in this part of Spain and it is a local specialty, I ordered it. So as I said, 4 out of 5 I think it was. The dessert was very, very good. Homemade dessert, I'm going to give that the highest score, 4.6 out of 5. So I'm keeping with the average of the Google reviews with this place here. The service was very, very good. The waiter was from Central America, Guatemala. Very friendly guy, spoke English, no complaints there. The owner of the restaurant, also very friendly. I would recommend this place. And I reckon it's a very popular spot with locals, and if you come here at the weekend you would need to book a table. During the week no, but at the weekend definitely. Would you eat the dishes that I have eaten today? Let me know in the comment section. Or is it too much for you, the thought of eating pig's trotters? Let me know, as I said, in the section below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, very important to keep the channel growing, and also turn on notifications so that you know every time I release a new video. Until the next one, hasta luego and buen provecho from the center of Spain, province of Cuenca. Bye-bye.